It's time to talk about the Pixel 10 Pro, and most of the stuff can be said for the Pixel 10 Pro XL as well. I've been using the phone for just about a week, so this isn't a full review. I don't really feel comfortable saying full review because I just got the adaptive battery to kick in like a day or two ago. So here's the deal. I've been using this phone, primary SIM card in it, and I'm actually in London right now for another work event, but you can see a bunch of the photo samples. I'm just going to dive in. Let's look at the photo samples. We'll get this out of the way. Normally I save this till later, but it's one of the things that people care the most about, especially when it comes to these phones. So let's talk about it. So here's a bunch of photo samples that I took. The cameras are the same as last year. So you're going to expect a lot of the same flavor, a lot of the different same look with that pixel look when it comes to the photos. It does have the new custom Google image signal processor, which is supposed to be the big update here. And that's one of the benefits, of course, with the Tensor chip. We're not using a Samsung based chip anymore that they built. This is something that Google had TSMC build this time. And I think the photos look good. That's something that you can always expect with the Google Pixel phone, is that the photos, they look good. And now, of course, we have the new the Pro Zoom, ProRes Zoom, whatever they call it. You can zoom up to 100 times now with the telephoto. That is a big update. Of course, you can still do the video boost, upgrade it to 8K, and all that stuff. But yeah, the primary camera looks good. The selfie, I still think it's the best selfie in the business. I really enjoy the 42 megapixel selfie in here, and I think that it does a great job. And overall, I'm really happy with the way that the photos look. I think that it's done a good job, and it's something where Google, I think, is going to continue to lead from the front in this department. And I think the portrait shots look good too. Not a whole lot of problems there. I had heard some people complaining about it, but it seems to work fine for me. So I don't really have any issues there whenever it comes to that. But overall, I think the cameras are a win here. I think they've done a good job. And I think that it's probably just going to get even better as they get more and more optimization done with this Google image signal processor. So the phone itself, like I said, I've been using it for about a week and I really enjoy it. I've got the regular Pro model. I have the Pro XL as well, but if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I like phones that are not gigantic. I like having a smaller footprint. I like that Google makes a smaller flagship level phone. There's You're going to get basically the same experience with this as you do with the Pro XL. The Pro XL does have the new bottom speaker and it does sound better, but overall I think the speakers sound fine on here. I didn't really have a problem with them in the first place. I'm not the biggest speaker file in the world. It sounds good to me. I don't really have any problems there. Now, I've got the 128 model. I wish Google would have sent the higher model just to clear up a few things. I did some more investigation. So the 128 model has UFS 3.1. And then the 256 model has UFS 4. So we did at least get the better UFS storage. For those of you who don't know, UFS 4, it's faster. It's like twice as fast and uses like half the energy to do the same job as UFS 3.1, at least if I remember correctly. But it's faster for read write, data transmission, all that stuff, opening and closing things. It just can access the storage faster. And the 512 and the 1 terabyte in the US have the new zone storage. And from my understanding, the zone storage is just an upgraded version of at least some version of UFS 4, and it's more optimized for AI. It can do more compartmentalization and kind of segment stuff off and access stuff faster for AI. AI is the flavor of the week. It's been the flavor of the month. It's been the flavor of the year. So that's what Google's calling it, and it's this new zone storage, but only in the 512 and the 1 terabyte as far as I know. But you get UFS 4, just regular, and the 256, which I'm fine with. And it's kind of similar with the 128 as well. Even Samsung does that with theirs. You don't get UFS 4 with the 128, at least to my memory. So 16 gigabytes of RAM, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be good for future proofing. It's great for the AI stuff. There's a lot of AI in this stuff, in this phone. You got the instant queue, you've got circle to search, you've got Gemini, you've got all sorts of crazy things whenever it comes to AI. If you want AI, this is probably the phone to have. This one and the Samsung Galaxy phones with the Galaxy UI or the Galaxy AI, those are kind of the best right now. But of course, a lot of the Galaxy AI functions are just rebranded functions that you get on the Google Pixel phone. Tensor 5, a lot of people want to know about it. Is it any good? Yes, the Tensor 5 chip is good, and I've had a very good experience with it. And one nice thing is it's just optimized from the ground up for Android, for what Google wants to do with it, to take advantage of Google's AI, Google's processes, all that stuff. It is a very smooth process, and it's got a very fast processor. It's clocked at what, like almost 3.8 gigahertz around that department. They reworked everything. The mid-range cores, they're higher clock now. They're at like 3 gigahertz. So I think that it's fine. If you want to look at the benchmarks, go ahead and you can set yourself up for failure. I think it's still like 1.5 million benchmark score. So like the benchmarks, I don't care about. What I care about is, can it do the job? Does it give you a nice experience? Does it give a flagship level experience? And yes, 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 on all those fronts. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more that comes out about the GPU. Fine. I mean, you can look into that stuff if you want. Is this the best phone for gaming? No, it's not. It's not designed for gaming. Can it play the top level games? Yes, it can. Is it going to be as good of a gaming experience as you get with, let's say, an S25 Ultra that has a Snapdragon 8 Elite and that has ray tracing and has all those crazy things? That's going to be a better experience. So if you want a gaming phone, then go get something like that. Again, this can play the games. It can play the AAA games. It can play them to your heart's content. It's just not going to be as good of an experience, and that's totally fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. The performance, I've had a really good experience. The screen is very nice. We've got the Super Actuate display, 33, oh, a little bright there. 3300 nits brightness, peak brightness. That's going to be fantastic, especially whenever you're outside. You've got the sun beaming down on it and things like that. You're going to have a good experience with that. The colors look good. The vibrancy is solid. It is a beautiful looking display, super responsive, 120 hertz refresh rate, LTPO, all that good stuff. And it just makes for a really nice experience. Plus, you've got the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner under the screen. It does seem faster than ever, very accurate, works well. You've got the industry-leading facial recognition too. So a lot of people don't know this, but you can't use facial recognition on, let's say, your Samsung phone with your banking apps because it doesn't have the high enough level of security to do it. Working with the Titan M2, the security chip that's in here, Google and all their wonderful things they do on the security side, you can use the facial recognition on here for your banking apps. So that's nice. Is it the greatest facial recognition in the world? Yeah, I mean, it's good, it works, it's reliable, but if you're in low light or dark situations, you might have some less level of accuracy whenever it comes to that. Honestly, most of the time I don't even turn on facial recognition, especially since it has such a good fingerprint scanner. I love the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. I turn it on this to test it out, to show y'all, hey, it works. I mean, it unlocks quick, fast, and in a hurry. So they've done a good job there, but you do get that extra level of security that you don't get on Android with other Face ID facial recognition models. That's something that's pretty much unique to the Pixel platform as far as I know. And then also, it's missing reverse wireless charging. So some people have brought that up. I don't care. I've used reverse wireless charging, I think, one time in the history of my life, and I think that was with like the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus or something like that. It was a long time ago. I just found that it's not very useful. It's only like 5 watts or whatever anyway. So it's not something that you can really recharge anything meaningfully other than maybe like your wireless earbuds or something like that. But yeah, I have never found an occasion to use it. I don't have any heartburn that it's gone. But what they did replace that with is the Qi 2 magnets that are built into the phone. So you can use your Qi wireless charging accessories with this. They've got the Pixel Snap accessory that's coming. That's really neat. It goes on the back magnetically. It's got a really nice seal and stuff. I messed around with it some when I went to the Google content capture session while I was in New York. So I'm looking forward to getting that accessory. But I also tested out the other day. I made a short. I think I made a YouTube short. I did a TikTok video showing that you can use other Qi accessories with it. So I've got like a battery bank that's got the Qi magnets built into it. Ta-da! You can use it with it. So if you've got existing Qi accessories, use them to your heart's content with this. It is Qi 2.0. 15 watts wireless charging. It does have to have up to 30 watt wired charging now with the Google Pixel charger. But here's the thing. I wish it had the 2.2. So if you've got the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, it has Qi 2.2, which I believe is a first in smartphones, and it charges at 25 watts. So that would be nice, but a lot of people are going to be really happy you do have the Qi wireless charging in here now. That is something that I think is cool. So we've got that now. Now, another heartbreaking point, it does not have a physical SIM card anymore. It's all eSIM only, just like the iPhone. So boo, I'm not happy about that at all. A lot of people aren't. But here's the reality of the situation. 99% of people are never going to be impacted by this because people don't change their phones out like I changed my change my clothes or I change other things. Like it's one of those things where for most people you get your SIM card or you get your phone transferred over and get it set up. You're going to be using your SIM card in this phone for 2 or 3 years. You're not going to be changing it all the time. So does it irk me? Yeah. I mean, as a content creator, as somebody who reviews phones for a living and have to change phones all the time, yeah, it is annoying not having a removable SIM card, but for most people, it's not going to be a problem. And that's also US only. If you're in the UK, if you're in the EU, if you're in other countries, you get the model that has the SIM card, just like with the iPhone. So y'all guys are lucky. We are not. Um, Phone experience has been good. The battery life is just under 5,000 milliamps, and I think the battery life is good. So the Tensor chip, it's a 3 nanometer build instead of a 4. So just by virtue of going from the 4 to the 3, we're going to get better battery life because you get basically the same amount of power but less energy. That's just one of the benefits you get of a smaller chip. It's going to be better with heat. I have not had any heat issues at all. Even the first day when I was setting everything up, I really didn't have any heat problems. I did the Google transfer stuff straight over from my other phone. It worked out well. It's very seamless, easy to set things up, and I haven't had any heat issues. That doesn't mean that you couldn't. That doesn't mean that you might not experience any heat the first day or two you get the phone. And I talked about this the other day. Look, when it comes to new phones, the first day or two you get your phone is the hardest day of your phone's life. You're downloading stuff, you're setting stuff up, you're transferring accounts, you're transferring all your apps, you're getting everything set up how you want it. You're using the cool new phone because it's amazing and you get that, new car scent, new car smell, you get that new phone smell. You're going to use the crap out of this thing the first day or two especially. So, yeah, it might heat up some when you're doing all those things, but in day-to-day life, you shouldn't have any problems with that. It does have the pass-through charging, especially so a lot of people, that's going to be a benefit if you're like an Uber or Lyft driver or something like that. Just keep it plugged in while it's in your car, and it'll plug straight to the phone. It'll send the power there, so you don't have to worry about the battery drain and it getting hot while you're using it. It could warm up because of the sun, but not because it's charging while you're using it. So that's a nice benefit as well. And overall, I really enjoyed the phone. Call quality is good. It does have the same modem as last year, which I don't have any problems with. The modem last year in the Tensor 4 was very good. It's more efficient. I think it's supposed to be like 50% more power efficient this year on energy, if that's what I was reading correctly. But it is basically it's the same modem, but it is improved, and it's going to be improved because of the chip, and all the other stuff in here. So signal quality is good. I'm here in London. It's working fine. I've made phone calls. I've sent text messages back home for the last week. It's been working fine. I went to Las Vegas. I've been a lot of places with this phone. It works good. Actually, scratch that. I wasn't in Las Vegas. I came home from Las Vegas and then I got the phone. But yeah, using it around town the way I normally do, totally fine. The call quality is good, but the speaker, it just doesn't sound otherworldly amazing. Like if I use my iPhone or I use like my Samsung phone, the handset speaker for phone calls does sound better. My wife said it sounded a little tinny on the other end. I didn't do a reverse phone call so I could hear it and like test it out myself. But the speaker quality for the handset, it's good, but it's not the greatest in the world. Overall speaker quality is good. Again, I wish it had the better speaker, the better bottom speaker that we got with the Pixel 10 Pro XL, but it's not the end of the world. And overall, I like the phone a lot. And I was using Gemini today. Gemini, of course, is fantastic. I was using the VO 3 thing and making some little video clips, and it's just fun. Some of the AI stuff's fun. Some of it's useful. And then you can use the translation stuff on here now if you're making a phone call. That's really cool, where you can have it set up where you can talk to somebody else on the phone. You set it up. It kind of gives everybody a prompt, and then they talk, and you hear them in the language that you want to hear it in. That's really cool. And there's just a lot of neat AI stuff. Like they really are leading the way in AI. The instant queue stuff's really cool for giving you all the relevant pop-ups and information that it draws from like your messages and your emails and different places, different Google apps on the phone. Where it pulls stuff where it's relevant, like if you're talking about a phone call or reservation. The call screening is still the best. The call screening is absolutely amazing, and it's so nice getting all these scam calls blocked and stuff. And then one other thing I want to talk about is the haptics are still second to none. The typing experience on here is so good. It's just so refreshing whenever I pop over from another phone and start using a Pixel phone again. The typing experience with the haptics, so nice. I absolutely love it. Again, like I said, battery life is good. It's getting me all day battery. I've not done a sit down battery test where I try and kill it to see exactly how many hours I can get. And that's why this isn't a full review. Again, the adaptive battery just kicked in a day or two ago, and I need to sit down and be like, okay, how quickly can I kill this phone? Is it lasting me all day during normal circumstances? Absolutely. Almost a 5,000 milliamp battery with the Tensor 5 chip. It seems to be pretty well so far, even with the always on display and things like that. Standby time does seem to be better, and that's something that plagued us for years with like the Pixel 6 and the 7 and the 8. And it got a lot better with the 9, but standby time seems to be good. So a lot of the things people care about, battery life, heat, standby time, different things like that, they seem to be very, very good in the Pixel 10 Pro. And again, this is a very unique phone. And there's just nothing like it in the US that you can get in the Android world. And that's one of the reasons why I care about this one so much, because it's got the 6.3-inch display, 3300 nits brightness. It's a little bit bump up. And if you want something this size at a pro level, you got to go to the iPhone and get like the iPhone 16 Pro or the 17 Pro that's going to be coming out. So I love the size. I love the form factor. Cameras are solid, all day battery life. I haven't been having heat issues, and it's just been a really enjoyable experience. Of course, I try to be as objective as possible. You guys know that I am a Pixel fan. I make a lot of Pixel videos. I consider myself probably the Pixel channel on YouTube. I make a lot of content here, and I like it a lot. Is it a perfect phone? No. No phone is perfect, but it is very good. It's an excellent device. If you want to pick one up, it's going to be solid. I wish that it had more than 128 base model storage. You got to pay an extra $100 basically. Maybe it's like 80 or whatever, but it's a little bit more to get the 256. You're probably going to want a 256. I wish that we had base model 256. Samsung moved over to this a while ago. I really wish that they would do that with the higher series phones. And of course, iPhone is still the same way. Theirs is 128. Maybe they'll bump up to 256 with the iPhone 17 Pro. I don't know. We'll find out very soon. But yeah, I do wish it had 256 baseline. I wish it had a physical SIM. Oh, Boom Beach just started up. I was playing that earlier. I wish it had a physical SIM card. I wish it had the upgraded speaker. I wish it had the Qi 2.2. I mean, there's stuff that I wish that it had. And I guess if you want those things, you can go ahead and get the Pixel 10 Pro XL, which is really cool. Gigantic screen, 6.8-inch. It's beautiful. I'll have some more content on that later, but I wanted to dial in on this one and really, because I've got the Pixel 10, I've got the 10 Pro, I've got the 10 Pro XL, but it's kind of hard to switch back and forth between those three phones and give you all a meaningful video where I can say, okay, I've tested this, I've tested that. And this one I've been carrying around as my daily driver for just about a week now. And I might switch over to the 10 Pro XL very soon. I've been doing stuff with the 10. I've got it set up, and I don't have it here with me because I can't take photos with like 4 different phones while I'm traveling for 2 days. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the photo samples. Hopefully you like that stuff. Hopefully this video has been helpful. I mean, this is mostly kind of a full review, but I mean, there's just some stuff where I want to be able to say like, look, I used this phone for 2 weeks. I don't really feel comfortable saying, okay, this is a full review after using the phone for 6 days. It's great for clicks. It looks good on a title. Maybe it cost me some views, but I just can't call this a full review because I haven't. There are just some things that you learn as you use the phone a little bit longer. So I'll have another follow-up video where I can talk more about some other things like battery life and other stuff like that. But it is lasting me all day, and I've been happy with the battery life. And overall, it's been a really good experience. So that's all I've got. I know we had to wait a little bit longer with the embargo stuff so we could do more in-depth things with the phones. Definitely sound off in the comments if there's other stuff that you want to know about that I didn't touch on in this video. But I feel like I kind of covered most of the bases here. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all those things, I know you do, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. As you can see, another background. Again, I've been in like 3 different hotels in the last 4 or 5 days. I've been all over the place. I would have more B-roll and stuff, but I basically got like a little pop-up thing here holding my phone so I can hold this one while I hold the microphone in my hand. I don't have my normal setup. I've basically been at home for 2 days in the last week and a half. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Another exciting video coming tomorrow from another brand, so stay tuned for that. Exciting launch tomorrow. And that's pretty much all I got. So if you got any food suggestions while I'm here in London, then sound off in the comments as well, And as always, thanks for everything. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.